Mr. Master Evaluator, fellow Toastmasters honored guest, and most of all, Jimmy. There's an old nursery rhyme, some like it hot, some like it cold, some like it in the pot, 9 days old. Jimmy explicated to us today that he's definitely in the some like it hot category, whereas I am more in the some like it cold category because I go to Buffalo Wild Wings and cry after I eat the mild wings. But what we do know is that Jimmy's speech is not in the pot 9 days old because we're going to evaluate it right here and now. In order to do that, we're going to look at some of the hot things in his speech, some of the things he did well, and some of the more cold things in his speech, and some things that he can improve upon. First area we're going to look at is some of the things that Jimmy did well in his speech. First of all, you can definitely tell that he has a passion for this topic. You can tell that he's interested in peppers, he's interested in how hot things are. You can tell that because he's talked about joining a pepper club. He was talking about all of the different peppers that he's tried out. This passion for his topic, it comes out to us as an audience, and because he's interested in his topic, it allows us as an audience to be interested in it. So just that interest was very good. Something else that I thought Jimmy did well was that he had a preview and a review of his speech. Before his speech, he talked about exactly what he was going to cover in his speech, and at the end, he talked about what he covered. It's just this repeating all of what you're going to do 3 times allows us as the audience to just better able to take in his knowledge for his speech, and I thought he did that very well. But moving on to the more colder section, some of the things that Jimmy could improve upon. First of all, I'd like to see Jimmy remove some of the nervous behaviors he had. First of all, he had his hands together like this, and he was folding his hands together, and that's just a little bit distracting, something that you can remove in your speech that will allow your audience to focus on your message and not on your hands. You also have a tendency to shift your weight back and forth just a little bit too much. Work on just having a solid footing underneath you. Stand solid on both feet. So still incorporate some of the movement that you were able to use, but just have a solid footing underneath you. Second area where I'd like to see Jimmy improve is just to improve his PowerPoint slides a little bit more. A very early slide had something like 5 or 6 bullet points going down there. Trying to eliminate that, make your slides a little less wordy. I found myself that I was actually reading the slide instead of listening to you. Work on more pictures and less words. I think that way the audience will be listening to your message instead of reading your slides. I also thought the slides were just a little bit plain. I mean, you have a very interesting topic here that I thought you could have explored a lot more colors, a lot more creative fonts. You just had white slides with a standard Arial font, and I thought you could have jazzed it up a little bit, just add a little bit more, no pun intended, spice to your presentation. But overall, we've looked at some of the hot areas, some things that Jimmy did well in his presentation, and some of the colder areas, some things that Jimmy could improve upon. But overall, as long as you continue on to have passion for your topic, continue on with your good organization, but continue to work on some of your nervous behaviors and your PowerPoint slides, it is definitely a good speech. And I don't want to wait 9 days for Jimmy's new speech. I want to hear another speech from Jimmy as soon as possible. Mr. Master,